My friend just texted me to ask if they could look like a bum. I'll be here in full beat. My bad. Hi friends! Welcome back. Welcome to my video. You are in my video. Welcome to my video. You are in my video. Hi friends! Welcome back. Today what we're going to do is I need to get ready to go to town and have brunch with a friend. We're doing like a belated Christmas exchange, and then I also have a couple errands to run. I have like a couple of packages that need to be returned via like UPS, so I need to drop those off and maybe get some gift bags while I'm in town for some work things that I'm like putting together. Maybe. So anyways, so I need to get ready, and I've already done my hair. It's just in a bun because I can't be bothered today. I was gonna do it, and then it was like not like having it, you know what I mean? So that's my laundry. Okay. It was like, I don't know, I feel like I slept really hot last night, and so it's just not it today. So it's up in a bun with a ton of dry shampoo in it, hoping for the best. I think it's supposed to rain today anyways, so it's all good. I've already done my skincare, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Nothing's really changed, I guess. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I use some different products now because my skin is a little more like acne prone right now. So I use like a oil-free cleanser, and then like another cleanser, and then for like the morning I will just use like a toner, and then I'll use my vitamin C serum and like my moisturizer with a sunscreen in it. So that's already been done. So I'm good to go there. I want to use this LYS product today. I haven't used it in a really long time, actually. This is the of course it doesn't like really say what it is, but it's like their foundation stick. So I'm going to use this today, and I've got the shade LP4. Recently I've been using the Merit stick, which I actually do really like. It's this little guy here, and it's like a complexion stick, I think, technically. And I've got the shade Bone, but it looks like this. So it just like rolls up. Same. It's just a little different product. I don't feel like it's like quite as emollient as the LYS one is, but not a big deal. So we're gonna use this today. If you hear my cats, they're going wild. I'm not really sure why I put that on my forehead because I'm gonna put my bangs back down, but got like a little breakout on my neck, but whatever, I haven't used these guys in a while either. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer in Light 40N. I'm gonna use a little bit of that, and I'm gonna mix it with the Hourglass one here. This is the Vanish Concealer in Birch is the shade, just to brighten it up just a smidge. And then I've been using just like a sponge, but I've been using it dry, so we'll see how that goes. This is just a Real Technique sponge. I haven't used this product in a while, but when I wear it, I actually always really like it. I am concerned that it might break me out, but I don't know if it's breaking me out because I don't wear a ton of makeup anymore, or if it's breaking me out because of one of the products. My guess is probably from not really wearing makeup. Because this is like a little bit heavier than some of the other products I use. But it always wears like so beautifully because it's like emollient, like I told you. So it like warms up throughout the day. And it just looks better and better as the day goes on. My mirror's also right here, so that's why I keep looking this way. I've got the auto track feature on, so if I move, that's my light. So if I move, it follows me, which is kind of cool. Okay, so I've got that on. Drag it down my neck a little bit. I've got the one breakout here. I don't know what's going on, but it's not a right now problem, you know? This clip is going to be in a vlog with some other stuff. I've got some other clips of just like kind of hanging out, watching YouTube. I am going to go in with some bronzer. This is the Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt bronzer in light medium. I haven't used this in like so long. I've also got, so when I said I had the Merit stuff, I actually bought like a little starter kit from them, and it came with the stick and then this is their bronzer and blush, as well as a brush. Not sure where it is in here, but I think it's back here. And a little brush as well for blending things out. I don't love it for blending out like the stick. I find it's like a little bit soft. So I like to use the dry sponge, so it doesn't soak up product, but it also like kind of blends in a little better. And then I've been using the three of those products pretty consistently recently, but today we're busting out the old guns, you know? Don't forget to drag your bronzer down your neck so you don't look all crazy. So it's now 2026, and that means I start over on my reading goal. And last year I picked 50 books as my reading goal for a few different reasons. Just like had some stuff going on, I was going to school, just I wanted it like lower pressure, because the year before my father and I talked about it on here, my father and I had like a little competition going, and we were reading 75 books, and we both did that. I actually read 85 books that year, and it was good. It was fun. It was fun to like kind of compete against each other. We're both pretty competitive. But it was kind of a lot of pressure also. Like if I felt like doing anything else, I felt like I couldn't do that because I had to get all these books read, and that's just not, it's not the vibe, you know? So I didn't do that this last year. I set my goal for 50 books, and I did read 50 books. I actually read 77 books when it was all said and done. And it was interesting because I track my books in the Goodreads app, and it actually keeps track of like the books, the ratings, all of those things, like the start date, the finish date of the book. But it also gives you like a tally of how many pages you read. And I actually thought it was really interesting because I read more pages this year, even though I technically read like a few less books. I read about 33,000 pages this last year. And yeah. This is just the e.l.f. brow gel. This is the Wow Brow Tinted Gel in Brunette. Like, how am I supposed to read that? It's literally so small. Come on, focus, focus, focus. No? Okay, whatever, it's fine. Yeah, so that's shade Brunette. And yeah, so I thought that was really interesting that I technically read more books the year before, but they were like shorter. So my average length of book was longer in 2025, and I read more pages in 2025. I talked a little bit about it on my personal Instagram, but some of my top reads this year, I'll put them like on the screen here. My top series for the year was the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. It was just fun. It was good. It had like all the things in it, you know, adventure and fun and sad and just, I don't know. It was really good. I think even if you weren't like into D&D, that you would probably enjoy the series. If you enjoy like fantasy kind of worlds, not necessarily if you're more into like nonfiction or, you know, like not in that category at all, where you're just like into horror or thriller or something like that, probably wouldn't be your cup of tea. But overall, really enjoyed it. My coworker actually got me onto that series. I said that they were listening to it, and I was able to read them on my Kindle. So I read all the books on my Kindle, and then book 8, I want to say, comes out in May, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'll put it here on the screen. I'm going to go in with 2 blushes. I'm going to go in with Beach Please from Tower 28. Turns out it's hard to find your brush when it's not actually in the jar but behind it, so it's fine. This is just the e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator Brush. Works really good for like cream products. Okay, so for 2026, I set the reading goal of 70 books. And so far I've finished 2, and I've got about 70 something pages left on book 3 so far. And this year I have a bunch of like physical books on my bookshelf that I need to read. So I put them in a jar, and I am reading those as I pull them out of the jar. This is I'm gonna go in with the this is the Huda Beauty Glowish blush powder, in the Cheeky Vegan blush powder in Berry Juicy over the top. And when I put them in the jar the other day, I had 40 books that needed to be read physically on my bookshelf. But that doesn't include like a full series. So like I'm reading the House of Night series, and I only put like the next book in the series on in the jar. And when I finish like reading that, then I'll read something else, and then I'll throw the next book in the jar as well. So it's probably closer to like 60 books that I've got on my shelf that need to be read, including like a couple series that are kind of like that. So the first book I actually picked out was well, my husband actually picked it out for me. The first book we picked out was actually the third book in the House of Night series, and so I read that, and I've yet to put the fourth book back in the jar, but I will after I finish like this next read, and choose like another book. So it'll be in the jar for one of the future tries. And then let's see, I've read book 2 and book 3 of the House of Night series, Betrayed, I'll put it here, and Chosen, I think. I'll put those here on the screen. And then right now I'm reading The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. Not my typical read. It's one that my dad and I like purchased together, and so when I'm done with it, I'll give it to him. But he really wanted me to like reread it, so I think I read it like in middle school, but it's been so long. So I'm reading that, and then when I'm done with that, I will pick another book out of my jar. Yeah, I'm excited about it. It's been kind of fun because I'm such a mood reader, you know, like whatever sounds good, that for me to get through all of these books, it would take me a really long time. And they've already been on my bookshelf for probably a couple years now. So I just need to get through them, you know? And yeah, I'm trying not to like read on my Kindle until I've gotten through some of these. And I have like a little lamp set up on the like the headboard for our bed downstairs, so I can like read in bed without like, you know, they make those lights that go like around your neck or clip onto your book, and they're just garbage. Okay, I'll tell you one. The one around your neck, and then you lean back, and then it's like pressing up against your neck, and I just can't do it. And then the ones that go like on your book, like never seem to be enough light in the right area when you need it at the right time, you know? So not interested in that either. I'm gonna add just a smidge more of the Hourglass concealer right here under my eyes and let it set for a minute. Okay, I need a powder. I've got the One Size Ultra Pink powder. I'm not sure like what it, oh, here we go. One Size Ultimate Setting Powder in Ultra Pink. This actually came in my FabFitFun box. I actually kind of like it, so. Plus it's like a jumbo powder. Look how big this thing is. When am I ever gonna go through that much powder? Never. And I got a little puff here. Just gonna tap out my under eye. And set it. A cat in the background. For highlight, I'm going to use the, this is the Touch and Soul Pretty Filter Glowdient Makeup Palette, and I'm going to use the top two shades here. I'm just combining. And then I have these like magnetic lashes. I don't know if I can get them on, but we can see them. They look like this. Or I've got this set too. Hopefully that's in focus. I've got the auto tracking on, so it might not be. Sorry about that. Okay, I got those trimmed, but I think we'll apply them another day because I ain't got time for that. I want to go in with the Bad Gabbing mascara. This is in brown. I don't think they have like a weird name for it. It's brown. Every time I take a break from using this mascara and then come back to it, it's like, wow, it's so good. How can we compete with that, you know? Okay, let's figure out what our bangs are doing. I've got this teeny tiny straightener to help them along. Should I just leave them like that? Alright, I think this is where we'll leave our portion of this vlog, and I will see you guys in the next clip.